Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. We're presented by our friends at the Navy Federal Credit Union. Time to shine the light on Navy men's golf this week. Patriot League Championships at hand for the mids with first-year head coach Jimmy Stobs. And just for you, Jimmy, first of all, let's just talk golf. Period. For you, where did the love of golf come from? Because you've obviously invested in the sport for quite a long time now, helping young people get better each and every day at the sport. Where did that love for golf come from, and how did you get into it?
I started playing golf when I was 12 years old. I played football, baseball, soccer, golf. And once I got to high school, I realized I wasn't going to be big enough to play football. So I turned my attention to golf. And I always had this passion for the game because every day it changes. The conditions change, the golf course changes. And I was always intrigued by the object of the game. And I worked really hard at it to be as good as I could. And my dream was always to win the Masters. Unfortunately, I did not ever win the Masters, but at least I tried.
I mean, get in line with the rest of us. We'd all be loving to play Amen Corner
Right.
5 days a week if we could get away with it. You know, the fact that, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the thing that I find golf to be amazing at, and the people that play it, especially the players you have on your level, the kids you had at Barry who were so good at this. Every golf course is different. I mean, like you mentioned, conditions are constantly different. One day you're playing in no wind, the next day you're playing in 25-mile-an-hour winds. What is it about observing this sport and observing the players that you've coached in particular, at how well they handle all of these dynamics? We think it's just rolling up to the tee, getting the driver in hand, and whacking the ball. There's just so much more to it that they all do a tremendous job to overcome.
Yeah, the best players I've coached were able to handle all that because I always remind the players the only thing they can control when they tee off are their emotions. They can't control the course setup, Mother Nature, their playing partners, tee times, pin placements. They can only control their emotions, how they're going to react to where the ball bounces. And sometimes we get good bounces, sometimes we get bad bounces. We can have a great warm up and go out and shoot 80. We can have a horrible warm up and shoot 65. That's just the way the game is. It's a very difficult game. If you're off just by a fraction, the ball goes in some weird spots. And I think that's the challenge why people are addicted to the game of golf, because you never feel like you're there. You feel like you're a step away from being where you want to be. And the best players I've coached had that mentality, that they were just one step away, and that's what made them come out the next day and work hard.
Barry was, for those that aren't familiar with college athletics, especially outside the Naval Academy, Barry, tremendous Division II athletic program overall, great part of the country. What was the key there to having so much sustained success and finding the right student athletes that could, let's face it. I mean, this is hard. Winning is hard. Being successful is hard. But what allowed you and those student athletes in particular, to find each other and then find success on the course?
Well, I think the guys that I recruited at Barry and now at the Naval Academy, what they're going to understand is I care about them as young men. And I'm going to push them as far as I can to see how good they can be. And if they all fulfill their potential, the team will have success. And I do push pretty hard, and I have high expectations, but I think young guys like that. They like a coach that supports them, that's going to push them. And I look for high character young men to play for me that want to work hard and want to succeed, or at least be in contention to succeed. And that's the key. Like you said, it's hard to win anything. It's hard to win national championships. I had great teams down there that we didn't even get out of the semifinals and match play. And that's just the way it goes sometimes.
To that extent, why the Naval Academy with the opportunity that presented itself?
Well, once I came up here for a visit, within 10 minutes, I knew this was the right place for me. What the Academy stands for, the outstanding young men and women that attend here, that work here. It was everything that I'm about. I'm about country. I'm very patriotic, and I'm it's a new challenge for me to work with these guys that, believe me, they want to win. They want to succeed on the golf course. They want to hoist some trophies. They want to win the Patriot League. One day we're going to get to the NCAA regional, and one day we're going to get to the NCAA championship. And then one day we're going to get to match play. And you never know when you get to match play, that final eight, what can happen. And those are my expectations to one day get there. It's going to be tough. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but I will find the players that believe the same thing I believe.
Obviously, you got a great dynamic team wide right now. Keegan as a experienced leader, Chad is a terrific young player that looks like he's going to do some good things. What's been the key, and is there any momentum gain from playing well as a team in the CIC event leading into the Patriot League Championship?
I think so. I think we've made a lot of progress this semester. I came in late. I missed the first tournament, and I tried to implement some of the ideas I have with the team back in the fall. But when we came back in the spring, they definitely picked up what I'm trying to teach them on how to play at a high level, not to make bogeys, play a conservative, aggressive style of golf. And we've had at least 3 chances to win tournaments this semester. We came up a little short, but Chip and Keegan both won individually. So I think the rest of the players now know that, hey, we can contend, we can win. One of the players actually said to me, his whole time here, he never heard the word win. And I told the team, they brought me here to win. I'm a winner. I'm used to winning. I'm used to contending. You're not going to win every tournament, but I want to be in the fire. I'm not going to these tournaments just for a free lunch and to wave it to everybody and then go home. I want to win. And so the players now, I think they're on board with that, and they know what I'm about.
The fact that it's on a neutral course per se here in this championship kind of put everybody on a little bit of an even playing field, and obviously no home course advantage per se here.
That's correct. Yeah, I like the golf course. We've played twice there now, practice rounds. The guys like the course. I think it sets up well for us. And the guys are starting to round into form. We have a couple more days of practice, but I like what I've been seeing.
Appreciate the time this morning. Best of luck to you and your teammates, and obviously great success going forward here, as it's just year 1 for you here at the Naval Academy. Appreciate the time today.
Thank you very much. Take care.